It's easy to forget that we're all hurtling through space on this giant rock. It feels so stable, right? So predictable. But what if one of the most basic things about our world just stopped? Today, we're going to run a little thought experiment that is, frankly, terrifying, but also completely fascinating. So let's just get right to it. Imagine this. Right now, in an instant, with no warning, the spin of our planet just comes to a dead halt. What happens next? Well, let me tell you, the consequences are way, way more catastrophic than you could ever imagine. All right, let's break this down starting at the exact moment it all goes wrong. We're not talking about a slow grind to a halt. Nope. This is an instantaneous, full-on stop. And that single, impossible event kicks off a chain reaction that will violently reshape, well, everything. Okay, so here's the absolute key to understanding the chaos that follows. The solid ground, the continents, the seafloor, it stops. But everything that isn't nailed down, and I mean everything, the oceans, the atmosphere, us, we keep going. And that right there is where this planetary disaster really kicks off. And this brings us to the very first and probably the most violent thing that would happen. The air we're all breathing right now, that gentle breeze outside, yeah, that would instantly turn into the single most destructive force this planet has ever seen. So the science behind this is something called atmospheric inertia. The easiest way to think about it is like this. You're in a car that slams on its brakes and you fly forward, right? Now just scale that up to the entire planet. The atmosphere isn't rigidly attached to the ground, so when the ground stops, the air just keeps right on going at its original speed. And what speed is that exactly? Well, at the equator, we're talking a mind-blowing 1,600 kilometers per hour. That is faster than the speed of sound. This isn't a hurricane. It's a planet-wide shockwave that would make the most powerful storm in history look like a tiny little puff of wind. The impact would be immediate and total. These supersonic winds would literally scour the surface of the Earth clean. Skyscrapers would be ripped from their foundations, forests, cities, even the topsoil, all of it would be shredded and thrown into the air, creating this massive global dust storm that would completely block out the sun. Nothing on the surface stands a chance. But the devastation doesn't stop with the wind. Oh no. As that insane planet-wide storm finally begins to settle, a new force, slower but just as powerful, starts to take over. The world's oceans are about to get up and move. So why would the oceans just leave? It's all because of something called centrifugal force. Earth spin creates this outward bulge at the equator, kind of like how you're pushed to the side on a merry-go-round. This bulge pulls the oceans with it. But when the spinning stops, that force is just gone. Poof! Gravity takes over completely, and all that water comes rushing away from the equator into two tsunamis of unimaginable scale, heading straight for the poles. What you're left with is a world map that is totally unrecognizable. With all the oceans now pooled at the north and south poles, all the land around the equator is left high and dry. You'd have this single massive supercontinent wrapping around the middle of the planet, connecting all the continents we know today into one giant barren landmass. Okay. So, the winds have died down, the oceans have found their new homes. What's left is this silent, still planet. But the changes aren't done yet. The lack of rotation ushers in maybe the most profound change of all. The entire concept of day and night is about to be rewritten. Just try to wrap your head around this for a second. The Earth isn't spinning anymore to give us a 24-hour cycle. It's still orbiting the sun, though, so what does that mean? It means one side of the planet will face the sun for 6 straight months, followed by 6 straight months of complete and total darkness as it goes around to the other side. A single day-night cycle would take 1 entire year. So now you've got this planet of absolute brutal extremes. The side permanently facing the sun, it becomes a scorched, baked desert. With temperatures so high, any leftover water just boils away into space. And the other side, plunged into that 6-month night, it becomes a frozen wasteland, a world of absolute unending darkness and a cold that's hard to even comprehend. So what's the final picture? What's the end state of our planet in this crazy thought experiment? It's a world that's been broken clean in two, locked in this silent cosmic stare-down with its own sun. And that's really the final image, isn't it? A planet that's dead. Geologically, atmospherically, just still. No spin, no tides, no day or night as we know it. Just a silent, static monument to the forces that used to make it a living world. It's a pretty chilling thought, but it really makes you appreciate something incredible, doesn't it? Our world exists in this beautiful, fragile balance. That simple, constant spin of our planet, something we never even think about, is the engine driving our climate, our oceans, our very sense of time. It's a powerful reminder of the delicate dance of physics that makes all of this possible.